welcome to our Journey to Success series. Thank you so much for joining us today. My name is Sim. I'm the head of content here at Unlimit, and I would love if you could just start us off by sharing an overview of your career pathway that's led you to your position now as CEO.
Well, basically, I was the founder of a different venture before Bridger. That was my first founding CEOing experience. It was an edtech company that I ran and managed for 7 years, and then I sold it and started Bridger.
Amazing. I mean, that sounds like you were on the pathway from the onset. So that sounds great. So what inspired and sparked the idea for BridgerPay? And was there like a moment that you had, which was like a light bulb moment where you realized there's a gap in the market that needs to be filled?
Basically, my past venture was an edtech, like I told you. It's a product that I built for years in almost 44 languages. So people around the world used to consume it through different companies that I used to work with as clients. And then at some point of that company life, I decided to take that product to the B2C world and start selling the courses directly to the end users. And basically, I had a product in 44 languages and payments in 6. Like clients from Japan with a product in Japanese, and everything was like tribes in Africa. I don't know. I had crazy languages and in payments, how could I give them in English? They don't speak the language. And that was basically the start of the pain that I saw. Regardless of that, I started integrating payments. Each one of them was redirecting me right and left with a different user experience. Look and feel was completely ruined, and I think that was what hit me. That's the problem I want to solve, and to build something unified in a way that any business could create, manage his own checkout with his own look and feel, with a perfect user experience, with any language that they want, of course. And that's how we started Bridger. Obviously, it grew a lot from there, but that was the start.
No, that's amazing. And I feel like that's something that we see so often, even now, that people are striving and trying to find that seamless experience that can translate at a global scale. That's like the mission and vision for so many people, and even the end consumer, because like you said yourself, people get to a certain point along the journey and they get halted because they either can't pay the way they want to, they don't understand, or they're moved from platform to platform, and it just makes it more complicated.
Super agree. I had to, they sent me here a link an hour ago to change my credit card of the business in one of the services we use on the back end. I'm adding the credit card. I'm getting on the iPhone, the credit card was added, and I'm getting a decline message.
Oh gosh, all the more reason.
I went to LinkedIn, I searched the CEO, and I sent him the screenshot. I told him, look, I'm your client. We are solving that problem if you want.
Yeah. Exactly. It's great that we have innovations that are coming around, like Unlimit, BridgerPay, all of these things to help people bridge that gap and like facilitate cross-border collaboration and translating products and making it more accessible to everyone. It's imperative. So that's amazing to hear. What I would love to know, though, is what were you actually passionate about growing up? And looking back now from where you are, how has your career evolved compared to what you first had imagined when you started working?
The life of a young guy that grows up in Israel is a bit different, I guess. You have the army, everyone thinks they're going to be either a pilot or whatever. But at a certain point when you grow up, I was sure at some point in life that my career will take me to politics. That's where I was thinking when I was young. But then, you go to the army, you finish, you start, your working life, and life takes you to that way. But in any case, I knew that I'm going to be involved in some kind of a position that leads people in some way or another. I did it when I was younger in different places, and I think it's something that comes to me easily.
That's wonderful to hear. I mean, do you think that younger version of yourself would be quite surprised by the path that you're on now?
Sure. Again, it's a completely different world, right? But yeah, look, it's all psychology. My father, my big brother are very much IT people, high tech people. I was sure I'm going to be so different, than anyone. And in the end of the day, you see that we are all very much the same. We are four brothers, four of us working in fintech. So the apple didn't fall far from the tree.
That's quite lovely, though. That's actually really lovely to hear. It must have taken, as you said, like there would be particular, whether it's a cultural semblance or guidance, or whether it's through family and friends, people think that they're going to end up on a particular path. And where you've taken such a different one, that must have taken a lot of confidence and motivation to be like, actually, no, I'm going to do something completely different.
Look, the confidence doesn't come in a day. It takes time. You build it with years of experience, and you get to the position that yes, you have to take this, or you decide to take this risk, go try, do it yourself. And I think I had tools to start with when I started my past venture, and for sure Bridger, it's a whole different ballgame.
Yeah, of course. No, I think that's so commendable, because it's something that so many people probably want to do, but not everybody always has the bravery and the courage to do that. So it's wonderful to see that you have taken that step. It's amazing, and it's so inspiring for other people. What I would love to know is, now in the position you're in, do you have a motto, a life philosophy, or particularly like even a story that resonates with you that helps keep you motivated?
Look, I think there is a few values that I live with that I think also Bridger is very much that this DNA came to Bridger a lot. I think you can see it from our office, from the people here. In my perspective, first of all, in any company that I'm building, I think that I'm a very different type of manager or CEO than others, which are very much centric. Let's call it, when a company is building, everything is around the CEO or the founder, and the founder-centric approach is something that in some point in life, I decided that it doesn't work for me, and people comes first. Everyone here in Bridger, they come in and go out when they need. They manage their teams. They did their day-to-day completely independently. It's not that there is no micromanagement, there isn't even a macromanagement in some levels, because the trust here is huge. We trust the people that is here, and we give them the space and freedom to evolve and to evolve the product itself. So it's not just the company and everything, the clients, it's also the product. So the product is also evolving from the team here, from the clients, by basically this DNA, and this is a part of what we like here in Bridger. And because people come here first, even the fact how our office is built and look, and the look and feel, it's you feel like a home when you step inside. We took a boutique hotel and changed it and made it our own office, and yeah, people like it here. And I think this is what drives me, to see people growing, where they started from and where they are now. It's unbelievable, and to see where they take the company.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that's really lovely, because I think it's always a great sign of whether it's an entrepreneur, a leader, a boss, when they have so much investment into their teams. And the fact that your team motivates you, that forms a great cycle, because you're going to invest a lot into your teams because that's what feeds you. And they will, of course, naturally feel motivated in the output to drive not only your own motivation, but your product. I can see you nodding along. Like, it's a really beautiful and productive cycle to be a part of. And I think it's so important, because not everybody is as fortunate to work in organizations like that. But we can see that now employees as a whole, they look for organizations that have a thriving and supportive culture. For people, it's no longer just about going to their job, working 9 to 5. They need to align to the values, the people that they work with. It needs to have a moral standpoint that they would agree with as well. So that's really interesting, and it's so important. I think one of the things that I would also really like to ask you is, following on from that, what is a leadership trait that you think has contributed the most to your own success? And I know that you've touched upon the fact that you're very like hands-off and there's no micromanagement, but how else do you nurture your team?
Okay, it starts with the freedom that I'm giving them, but from the other side, the responsibility. I think a part of, if a company is static or stagnated or very much recurring in everything, it's very hard, right? But I think we are fortunate to have a business that touch so many different businesses, right? You get so many different verticals coming in. I think that's also a very important part of the diversity that we have on the day-to-day here. You work with a hotel, and then you work with an insurance company, and then with a SaaS company, and then with the retail that you're also buying stuff for, so it's very much wide, and I think it gives the guys here a lot. But from our side as a company, again, we do a lot of stuff that places people together. For example, lunch. I could give everyone here a card and tell them, guys, you can go buy yourself lunch. I could, I don't know, even bring lunch from outside, right? And have it placed for them to eat. But we have a person in Bridger, a chef, that knows exactly what each one loves to eat and have a different menu every day. And the smells you have here from 10 o'clock in the office are crazy, and you can see the line of people when we serve, and it doesn't finish. We started it 8 months ago, and I still see it today, and that's, I think, a part of our thought. It's not just doing something, it's to do something that has a real impact, and everyone here sits down together eating. It's completely people that doesn't meet throughout the day meet on the lunch, and that's now their place. And I don't know, it's a part of our habits. So I think this is a good example.
Yeah, definitely, because what it sounds like is it's that thoughtfulness for treating employees and team members like people that you find really important.
Right, you send them, you bring them lunch, but the guy doesn't eat gluten, or the guy or the girl doesn't eat meat, or she's a vegetarian. Now everyone thinks or sees that he has his own thing. He has his, we have special plates. Everyone gets their own touch, and they love it.
And I think it's actually a really powerful example, because when we nurture people, we can nurture teams in so many different ways, whether it's through professional skills, like helping them upskill themselves and giving them career opportunities, but also nurturing happens in a very humane way. So it's, if someone has children and they need to leave or work in a flexible schedule, that's important. Or they may have health problems, or they just need a bit more flexibility. And like you said, catering to things that people enjoy, providing them nutrients and a good meal, a comfortable work environment. All of that is such an important element of leadership, because that's what crafts and creates a team that will add value.
You see the value, and this team is, we're very lucky.
Of course. So moving on slightly, I would love to know, what are you most excited about for the future of BridgerPay and the payments industry in general?
So look, future in Bridger, because we are in this junction between so many different verticals, payment providers, clients, we see a lot of trends and a lot of, a lot of different things coming to Bridger. From the future perspective, I can say immediate and a bit further, I see that the omni-channel orchestration capabilities that we have today, which allows us to orchestrate payment, both card present and e-commerce, is placing us in a place where we are first of our kind, and we are going to leverage it by entering large different enterprise clients that we are speaking with, Fortune 500 clients in the US, and US especially going to be a very focused point for us. If we look a bit further from the future, I can tell you that Bridger is, for the last year, is involved in a governmental project that is concerned or contain biometric payments. And this is something that we see obviously the future of payments. You see him go to your Starbucks, you get your coffee, and you go out. You then go to the H&M, check a shirt, keep it on you, and go out. In the meantime, you got 2 text messages that you made purchase in H&M and you made a purchase in Starbucks. Nothing happened. You haven't tapped your phone, take your credit card, went to a check cashier, nothing. Just went out. And that's the future of payments. And we hope to see this manifest in real life very soon.
No, that all sounds really interesting and amazing. So it'd be great to see in like coming months and years, like what BridgerPay is up to. And I think the biometric side is something that we see so much conversation around now because there's so much potential and adaptation which is happening. We're seeing even like the exact example, even here in London, we're seeing stores opening up with Amazon where you just walk in, you pick up your shopping and you walk out. And it's taking people by storm because a lot of people don't understand how it's happening, but biometric data has
Think about not a single Amazon shop, think about a city. All the stores are equipped with the face recognition payment technology and all the stores are supporting it and you live in that city.
That would be insane.
Wow. And I'm not talking about stores. I'm talking about your train, your underground, your buses, your everything, cardless completely.
That would be phenomenal to see. I can't possibly imagine whereabouts in the world that would happen first, but it would be amazing to see something like that for sure.
Coming soon.
Amazing. Well, I have one last question for you, which I love to ask everybody. It's very open-ended, but it is simply just, how do you as an individual define success? What does success look like to you?
You know, for CEO, there could be an answer. For a founder, it's a hard question. Success, in the end of the day, would be to see any one of my investors, my co-founder and my team is very much happy with their share value. And for me, this is my goal. That's what I'm trying to get to. Every time I'm putting a number, I'm getting to a bigger one a month after. So I decided not to, and just focus on the task. And in the end of the day, that's what we are here to do, to build a very, very successful company that makes a change in the world. And from one side, you know, I have my team and share and investors that I want to take care of, but from the other side, in my personal me would be happy to make a change in the payment world and be a part of something that will be the future of payments. That will be, for me, a success.
That's really, really lovely. Thank you for sharing that. So honestly, I think making a change in the world at any scale is something that so many people would love to do. And you can see it happening with the technologies that you're presenting at BridgerPay. So it's wonderful. And I'm sure you'll definitely get there further than what you already have. So thank you very much. Well, that essentially rounds off my questions for you today. And it has been so lovely speaking with you. And I'm so grateful for your time. So thank you so much.